society changing faster than our bodies and minds. That's why we get what I call the primordial policeman. And it's hot out here, that's what it is. You know, you don't have to go back too far in history before we see, okay, humans are developing in small groups and tribes and constantly raiding each other. We're in a state of constant warfare. I don't know, I don't think a lot of people realize that. It's easy to take for granted in our modern society. It's very peaceful and regulated compared to how things were back then. Consequently, our brains are still extremely sensitive to any kind of mismatch in tone of voice, body language, posture, and everything else. So we predictively process our communication. So we're always, you know, we have expectations. We're thinking, what should a person look like when they're telling the truth? What should a person sound like when they're speaking sincerely? And that's why we get this uneasy kind of feeling sometimes in conversations, like, oh, I don't feel quite right about this, or oh, there's something creepy about that dude. But you know, the crazy part here, and why I call it the primordial policeman, is well, it's because we're still doing it. We do it even inside. So we're always on some level thinking, what do I sound like? What impression am I making? What do I look like right now? So my whole philosophy really has been, how do we resolve this, I have to call it inner alignment between our convictions and our responsibilities. And when we can do that, that's how we can speak from a very calm place. And this is how good leaders can be persuasive without having to indulge in theatrics or even fancy technology and so on. And it's always been that way. And I'm not saying you shouldn't practice communication skills. Yeah, of course you should. That will always help. But this kind of inner alignment here this is what makes them more effective and lasting.